All right, I'm super excited for conviction and confidence. This is something that came onto my heart within the last couple of weeks, where it was like realizing that people really struggle to show up as themselves. And I experienced this a little bit last night. So if you can tell, my hair is like super fresh in terms of just getting done. I had just been to the salon yesterday, and I always feel like it's very like a very stark when it's freshly done. And at last minute warning, we ended up going out to dinner with family, and like my hair is like starkly done. I didn't quite have enough time to like do what I normally do to get ready. And so I walk into this restaurant, and I'm like feeling like I don't quite belong. But I was like, I belong anywhere I want to belong. Like, I don't care that my hair is just starkly fresh, and like I'm the only one in this entire town with colored hair. Although I have seen a lot of other people with colored hair, but we must admit that what I look like and how I walk around on this planet is not how most people look and walk around on this planet. And that is something that has actually invoked a lot of confidence within me. Like I've always been told by a lot of other women, I wish I had your confidence to do my hair like that. And I'm like, do you know where you get the confidence from? You have to do your hair like that first, and then the confidence rolls in. It's interesting how that magic works. You have to show up for yourself first, before all the magic comes in. So anyway, it has been on my heart to talk about confidence and conviction. And I love to be very transparent. I am super excited that once we are done talking today about some confidence and conviction, I have some very super exciting offers to share with you. I was up until 2 a.m. last night, drafting out some things and getting ready for what I want to share with you today. So I'm super excited for that. I am so ready for everyone here to just be so super confident about themselves, about their life, that you feel lit up each day about what you're doing. You feel lit up each day about how you're walking around on this planet, and that you're ready to share your love, your joy, your passion with the people you love, with the people around the world. We are international now. We've got Via's out. I forget the name. What is the country? I forget. I know the name, but it's my head.
Bulgaria, Eastern Europe.
Bulgaria. She's in Bulgaria watching us right now. And I know that we also have some people in Australia. And so we are all over the place. And so I'm so super excited to make an impact internationally around the planet, invoking people into their confidence and conviction, showing up as themselves, because that is what we are here to do on this planet. So confidence, it was so amazing actually, because I'm in this course with Melanie Anlayer. And if you have not heard of Melanie Anlayer, she is one of the reasons that I have been able to quit my low paying corporate job, start my own business, make $1 million in 2 years, and be able to share this impact around the world. It is her desire to make a million millionaires. I now get to say I am one of them. So it's so super cool to be able to do that. But she has this class that's going on right now called ID, and it's all about your identity. Oh, we got somebody from Germany. Yay, Germany. We got Bulgaria. We got Germany. We got Australia in the audience. Like, this is super exciting. International impact happening right now. This is incredible. And of course, the United States. We're here too. So,
Wer ist von Deutschland?
somebody is. Anybody on Germany, you want to say hi to the German speaker? This is my military man. He was in Germany for, oh my God, how many? 15 years? Yeah, he lived in Germany for 15 years. He can read and speak German as well as English. Not so good with the typos and text, like I struggle too, but he can at least speak multiple languages. I still only got one language I can speak. But anyway.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Get out of here. Anyway, so she was just talking about what is confidence. And it was so perfect to have that phone call with Melanie Anlayer where she's talking about confidence. And then I'm literally starting something with confidence and conviction. So this is something that's been inspired within me, because most of us don't feel comfortable existing in the world. We don't feel comfortable with how we look. We don't feel comfortable with depending on what room you go in. Like you might go like, and I could see it happening literally last night with my family, seeing how one child was treated versus another child. and understanding like these are the reasons why we don't necessarily feel confident walking into the world as ourselves, because ourselves are rarely, if ever, accepted in the full version of who we are, especially as young children. So if you're a young child and you, your parents are like, you need to look like this, you need to dress like this, you need to talk like this, don't act like that, don't be silly, don't be goofy. It is very hard, for us to be able to just be who we are, because from a very young age, we're directed and punished perhaps for even being our unique selves. And this is something that I had to overcome myself. I was always in trouble. And this is something related to my human design. If you don't know anything about that, I'd highly recommend checking it out. My sister Sarah Gammas talks about it. She explains what your human, it's basically this system that explains how you came to earth, with what energies you showed up with, what are your talents, what are your gifts. So like if you're struggling to understand how you can have an impact on the planet, your human design will tell you exactly what that is. And funny enough, without even knowing that in my human design, one of the core things that I am here to do on the planet is change people's relationship with money. And I started magic money before I knew that about my chart. So it's not like the chart tells you what to do. Like the chart is just highlighting for you what is already happening, what is already available to you. And it's just allowing you better access to that knowledge. So anyway, part of my human design is I am a manifester, and we're all, and if you've ever heard that word, that's manifesting in general just means you think about something you want and it comes into your life. But in human design, there's a specific, so we're all manifestors in a sense. We're constantly manifesting all the time. We're always bringing into our experience, everything in our experience is something that we have brought to ourselves as an adult, not so much as a child, because we don't always get to control all of that. We're also living the manifestations of our parents as well. But we are always bringing into our experience the things we're thinking about and feeling about. But anyway, my profile in a human design is I am here. The manifestors are actually only 9% of the planet. And so there's a small group of people basically on the planet. And what is so crazy about manifestors is that we are here to decide the direction that everyone else gets to go. So we choose like where we're moving towards, what's happening on the planet, and how things are changing. Like one of the things I want to change about how we all operate on the planet is how we receive money. We have a lot of crazy beliefs about how we get money. We have to work hard. We have to struggle. We have to sacrifice. We have to let someone else determine our worth. We have to let someone else decide what talents we get to use, when we get to use them, what time we get to use them. Which talents can we not use, which ones we have to use, right? When you go to a job, they have a set list of things that they need you to do. And whether you're good at them or not, whether you love to do them or not, you feel like you have to do it their way in order to produce an income. And it's crazy to me how many people hate the way that they are bringing in an income into their family. That's another belief. It doesn't matter. As long as you're bringing in money, that's what matters. And it doesn't matter if you hate it and it sucks and your life is terrible, but as long as you're bringing in income. And it's like crazy, these beliefs that we have. So what I'm inspired to do is just change and eradicate all of these false beliefs that we have about money, change the money paradigm. And that's something that's part of my human design. But as you can see, if I am here to change the direction of the planet, as a child, I was very much like in love with myself and like confident in who I've always been very, confident in a way. And it offended adults in my life. And so they were always trying to suppress me because I have such this huge, big energy, because I'm here to change the entire planet. And so when you're exuding that level of energy as a child who needs to shut up, behave, listen, and do what I say, you're going to run into some conflict. And that's what happened in my childhood. So, and I, even to the point of, and I was a straight A student. I always did my homework. I always had good grades. Like I was not a bad kid, but I was always in trouble, even to the point of when I was a teenager, I was sent away to a naughty kid school. Like I was labeled at risk. I'm an at-risk youth. I was sent to a boarding school that ended up being like crazy abusive. And so, and then of course I come in there with the energy that I have, and the parents that I had there, because we all had little house parents, they tried to suppress me even further. So, we all kind of show up in this world as our unique, beautiful selves as little babies. And then over time, parents and society and school and all this kind of suppresses who we are and tells us you need to look like this, walk like this, talk like this, act like this, do this for a job, do this for a career, do this for your family, whether or not you want to do any of those things. And so we all kind of have this belief we've got to look and act and be a certain way. We got to, make money a certain way. We got to do these things. I want to change all of that. I want to rid us of all of these crazy beliefs that were given to us as children that make us not be who we uniquely are. The way that I look now is something I've seen in my head for a long time, but it was not so, but I had these beliefs that like I couldn't do that. You'd be gaudy, you'd be a clown, you'd be called crazy. People would look at you like you're an idiot. People would laugh at you. These are all things that have happened to me in my experience, but they're things that don't bother me or don't irritate me, or in fact, it was a year, 2 years ago that I went to Arizona. I was visiting and I had went back and I was walking around with my hair like this and everything, and people were literally laughing and pointing at me. And I was like, okay. I was like, they don't know that you get to do whatever you want to do. Like those poor people are trapped in a little mindset that says they have to look and act a certain way in order to exist on this planet. And I'm like, I want to change that paradigm. I want everyone to know that they get to exist on this planet the way that they are, the way that they want to be, the way that they want to show up, which I think is part of the reason why I'm a little bit extreme in my appearance. I really want to stick out and stand out and show people that you get to show up in this world the way you want to show up in this world. And you get to do it the way you want to do it. And you can make money the way you want to do it. Whatever you're passionate about, whatever stirs your heart up, I'm all about making that happen. So confidence and conviction, because with all of this, it's on my heart and my mind to share this with people and to take this to the masses, take this to the people and allow other people to be lit up so that they're so in love with their life and they're so in love with what they do. So when we, come into this earth and we are our beautiful, unique selves, and our parents begin to say things to us, it begins to diminish our belief within ourselves. We go into school and then you're bullied even further. I see that it's even happening now, like with some of my nieces and stuff and some family of friends, they're being bullied about what they're wearing, what their shoes look like, what their hair looks like. And these little things impact us deeply to a point where we shut down. We have low self-worth, we have low self-esteem. And what it means is that we end up being adults who are going through our lives, not enjoying our lives, not like, okay, like I have to look like this because I am a 30-year-old white woman, like, or I have to have this job because it's the best way to make money. But that's just a belief that we have. I was stuck in a corporate job. And fortunately enough, they were okay. Like oh my God, I remember even just the tattoos. Like you can't have tattoos at your job. Like you cannot express yourself on your skin with artwork and have this job at the same time. You must cover up. You must hide who you are. You must hide yourself. And I am so done with those beliefs. Like if we could just get rid of those beliefs, it would be amazing. And that's what I'm here to stir and to help you guys overcome these beliefs. So one, we got to radically shake up what we believe is possible for ourselves. One of the things that I would encourage all of you to do is really spend time with, take a day, take a time and go through your closet. Like I want you to try, this is one of the things that has really helped me to become confident, is trying on someone else's way of being and seeing how it fits for me. Like I didn't fully know what I wanted to show up as physically. Like I knew that I was alternative. Like in my mind as a little girl, I knew that I would be alternative. That's the word they used it back then. I knew I wanted colorful hair. I knew I loved jewelry and big, and actually I would be wearing a lot more gold jewelry if I didn't have a baby right now. But I knew that I loved gold jewelry, but all these beliefs, it was gaudy. You look like a clown. You're crazy. I also had this belief that if I couldn't like do my perfect makeup, that I couldn't do this. Like, I don't know why, like unless I was perfectly skilled at doing my makeup, then I couldn't like, cause you go on like Instagram or Facebook and you see these women like spend like 10 hours on the perfect eyeshadow that's like so amazing and cool. And it's like, it's not, I don't have fun doing that. It's annoying to me, but I do like to have one simple eyeliner on my eye and make my color pop. So I had to shift my beliefs even about, in order to be an alternative looking person, I don't have to have everything, exactly perfect and, do my eye makeup. Like I just get to have it be my way, but I didn't know that. And one of the coolest things that I did, even just a few years ago, was to experiment with what I looked like, experiment. Like it's a little bit difficult, to just chop off all of your hair and color that. That's a big experiment, but you can experiment in smaller ways that are not permanent. But I like dress up crazy one day, like something that you would never wear, and just walk out into the world. One of the things you can do is if you travel somewhere else, like no, I had this belief that was like, I can't show up differently, or the people around me are going to, say it's going to be weird. Like how can I go from, like, my sister calls it my Karen appearance, where I look like a Karen, long brown hair, cute little teacher dress, looking like I walked out of, what's the store? I don't know. One of the cute store, like the cute Mormon, it's not Mormon. What is it? I can't even think. Chino's one of them. I don't know. Like JC Penney's or something, like I thought I had to have a certain appearance. And I existed on the planet in a body, like it's so crazy. Like we spend most of our time not even being who we are. Most of the time that we are functioning on the planet, we are wearing someone's version of the clothes that they think is most ideal for who we are. We have someone else's hairstyle that we think is appropriate for our age and where we live and for being a woman or a man. Like I can't tell you how many comments I used to get from kids as when I was a school teacher, and I had every once in a while I'd have short hair, because I kept going back and forth with short hair. Like my mom was like, "You're so pretty with long brown hair," and like, bless my mom, I don't have, like, I get it. She wants to see me with long, beautiful brown hair, but she can get that from my sister. She ain't getting it from me anymore. It's just not my vibe. It's not my jam. I would much prefer to have short hair. Oh, and also I recently just cut off the back. I cut off my literally yesterday. I cut off the Joe Exotic look. I love it. I love it. But it was like too much time doing my hair. I was like, I want to be quicker with my hair right now with the baby and all the stuff. I got 2 businesses I'm running. I got a baby I'm running. I got a house I'm doing. So I'm like, I got to cut the hair. But anyway, we're mostly walking around in someone else's version of what we're supposed to look like, how we're supposed to act, how we're supposed to talk, what we're supposed to say. Like even in a corporate position, I had to talk differently than how I normally talk. Cause like how I talk is, I got some curse words up in there. Like, I'll even say things like God, daddy, sugar, universe, and stuff like that. Like I don't say those things when I'm at a position. Like I don't show up. We don't show up as ourselves when we're in other spaces, because we think we have to look a certain way to exist in that space. And that's one of the biggest things that we struggle with. But we spend most of our life looking and wearing and talking as someone else. And that is why it is so hard to live our lives sometimes, or that's why you go home at the end of the day completely exhausted, because you are putting on a role that you don't even want to have. You just believe that you have to have it. So when we're able to let go of those things, when we're able to show up completely differently than how we've been showing up, that's what brings in this new level of confidence. And Trissa just said it. She said, I pierced my nose and dyed my hair purple as I was discovering myself. So what I would encourage you to do is to try something on and travel maybe to a new city where no one knows who you are. Like just like get a wig if you don't want to do anything crazy to your hair, get a dress that you would normally not wear, but that really lights you up when you look at it, get some earrings and go somewhere else, or go drive, 30, 40 minutes away from somewhere and just walk around in a shopping mall. I literally actually honestly did this. There was a day in Vegas, back when I was living in my condo. I completely dressed up. I need to find a picture of it, but I had like the weirdest outfit on. I had gold stuff hanging everywhere. I had like this crown in my head that I put in with jingles and jangles going all over the place. I had big old earrings that I had in, more than I would normally wear today. because this is like what I'm comfortable in, is my spaghetti strap, my earrings, my necklace. I would have a lot more gold jewelry again if it weren't for the baby, but this is how I like to show up every day. And it took me a while to kind of like find my style. But one of the things I did is I went above and beyond like what I just to play and to find out what I liked. And I went into the grocery store with this whole style on that was just really wild. And nobody like said anything, like nothing really happened. I went through the grocery store, I went shopping. What was interesting is I felt like people moved out of my way, and I wasn't like stuck behind people or like, like, excuse me. It was like people noticed me and parted the ways. And that's kind of honestly how it's been in my business, how it's been in the world. It's like when I show up as myself and I am unburdened by the thoughts and the opinions of other people, things just magically work my way. And that's what it's all about, is when you show up as you, the essence of you and who you are, unburdened by the opinions and the beliefs of other people, you begin to like shine in a whole new way where people take notice and they move out of your way, or they lay down the red carpet, or just life begins to work out for you the more that you show up as yourself, and the less burdened you are by other people's opinions, beliefs, and ideas. And then there's also like a layer of trauma that we can have happen to us. If we have been in any situation that is abusive in some form, whether it's physical, mental, sexual, emotional abuse, it can cause us to hide parts of ourselves and want to not be seen, perhaps. Sometimes it causes us to want to be overseen. And there was a while where it's like, every once in a while, I'll want to like wear something that really pops out my cleavage. And I'm like, yeah, check out my titties. But there was a time in my life where it was like, that's all I wanted to do. Like, I thought that, and it's not like I had a thought about it. It was just like, I feel like I just want it. I don't even know how to explain it, but I know that there was a big piece of me that was like, I'm always going to put my titties on display. I'm always going to have that out there and like let people know. But but that was coming from like a traumatic place, where it was like, it was like this weird sense of like trying to own my body again, after being assaulted, and like, I get to show my body how I want to show my body. And now it's like, I don't often wear things that really like, I am braless all the time, so you can always see my nipples, I guess, but I'm not purposely like, you must look at my cleavage. And I really used to do that before as a result of some of the trauma that I went through. So my point is, there's a lot of things that make us act and behave in a way that is not in alignment with who we actually are on the inside. And because of our childhood and because of things that have happened to us, very rarely do we know who we actually are on the inside. And one of the reasons that you may be struggling in your life is because you don't know what it means to authentically be yourself. And like, if you're trying to like, I want to do what Melissa did, and she started a business and she's making $1 million in 2 years, and she's making 6 figures a month, and she's doing all these amazing things, but I have no idea how to access that because I don't even know who I am. I don't even know how to show up as me. I don't even know what that means. All I've ever done is do what other people have wanted me to do in order to please them, in order to make them happy. So how do I even show up as myself? And if you can't figure out how to make a business, if you have a book idea that you've never started writing, you have all these things, a reason that it's blocked off from you is because you're not authentically you. Once you are authentically showing up as you, these things become really easy. You begin to find the pathways and find the opportunities that pop up and allow it to happen. So that time when I went in the grocery store with this like super crazy outfit was a little bit before I started the insurance exam queen business. I was like playing around with my appearance and what I showed up in the world as. I literally like, okay, well, let me try this type of outfit. There was a big part of me that wanted to be like emo and black, because that was something that I wanted to do when I was younger and in high school, but you're not allowed to do that. You cannot be emo. You cannot wear a bunch of black clothes. And that just means you're a troublemaker and you're a no good kid if you do that. Like,
Secure
I
Retirement
remember,
Solutions. This is Lori. How can I help you?
Hey, Lori, you're unmuted, but I will mute you. I love it. People are like, I gotta be there and I gotta be at work. I'm gonna do my best to do both. I love it. Congratulations, Lori. I appreciate you. So I tried out a bunch of different appearances. I remember going to one of my therapy sessions with like a completely different outfit than I had ever worn before, and I never really wore it again, but it was like I was practicing going out into the world, my way and what I wanted to do and how I wanted to look. And it allowed me to find myself. So you're not going to be like, tomorrow I will find myself and know who I am. And suddenly I would change my entire outfit, my entire look and all that. If that lights you up and you want to do that, then by all means, go for it. But I encourage you to just kind of experiment showing up. Like if you walk into a room and you feel like, I don't belong here, or like I need to act a certain way in order to be accepted, or I need to look a certain way to be accepted, that is where you want to start and be like, no, I belong to be here. I belong in this room exactly as I am, exactly who I am. I get to talk how I want to talk. I get to say what I want to say. And so literally yesterday when we went out to dinner, again, when I first get my hair done, I hate it a little bit. Like I want the color to just be a little bit faded. But when it's so stark, and then I go out to the restaurant and there's like all kinds of people looking at me, and we're like in a buffet. And so I'm going up to people to get food, and people would quickly get their food and leave. People didn't want to look at me or nothing. Like I'm in a small town where you just don't look like this. In fact, I feel like they probably thought I was like a drag queen or something, but they're like confused because I have a baby. It was really, really interesting. But I just don't care anymore what anyone else is thinking. I'm just showing up as myself. I am just presenting, who I am. This is me. This is me, and I belong in this world. I belong in any room I walk into. I belong in any space I walk into. Like I once struggled, now we've made $1 million. I own a multi-million-dollar business. And that has become a part of my identity. But I can tell you there was a time in my life, especially when I wasn't looking who I am now, when I was looking like someone else and talking like someone else. I entered a room of people who had this level of success in their business, and I didn't think I belonged there. And I was like this quiet little mouse. But then also I would put those people on a pedestal. I'm like, I'm nothing like them. They're so far from me. And like I felt like I snuck into that room because I was part of Herbalife, multi-level marketing. And they would have, special VIP, sessions for people who did really well in the business. And so I, had a couple of good months and stuff, and I would get into this room of people who were making multiple 6 figures, multiple 7 figures, and not feeling like I belonged, like I had snuck my way in there. And then I would put those people on a pedestal. I'd be like, they're too good for me. They don't, if I talk to them, they're going to think that, I'm like this stupid little girl, like I had all these crazy opinions. Now it's like, I'm going to show up, shake their hand. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to meet you and get to know you. I belong here just as much as you belong here. And one of the biggest shifts that even just happened for me recently, I had talked about Melanie Ann Lair, and she is a person who started coaching in 2016. She was living in her car. She was homeless, living out of her car. She had a struggle with her boyfriend. They had broken up, and she Googled how to make your boyfriend mad, or your ex-boyfriend mad. And she found a relationship course, and she started watching it on repeat and figuring out how to actually have good relationships and all the different things that she wanted to do. And a friend had asked her about their relationship. She gave them advice, and she goes, oh my God, that was amazing. It worked really well. Do you coach on this? And so Melanie was like, no, but I guess. So she started coaching on people for the relationship class that she taught. And she has now created a $80 million business starting in 2016 to now an $80 million business. And I have joined many of her programs, and it's thousands and thousands of dollars to work in many of her programs. And there's some that she releases for free, some that are thousands of dollars. And this woman is $80 million. And in one of her programs that I was in, Femme Fatale, which is absolutely amazing, it's a rite of passage into womanhood. It really clears up a lot of wounds that we have around other women. That is one of the biggest things I struggled with too, was like looking at a woman who like is totally knows how to do her makeup, is perfectly accessorized, like looks like she could belong in a magazine. I would have thought really weird talking to her. Like I would have struggled to talk to her or be near her because of this like crazy beliefs that I have about women and like my worthiness and stuff like that. So anyway, I'm in this Femme Fatale program with Melanie. I'm going through all of these trainings that she has. I'm blossoming into my goddess. I'm evolving as we're going through the class. And she offered one-on-one coaching dear for Femme Fatale for $3,333. I thought that was like, oh my God, like this is insane. Like normally to work with her one-on-one, you're like minimum 50,000 a month for like one phone call. So I was like, oh my God, I can get a phone call with her for only $3,000. I immediately made the purchase. I immediately booked my call and I was super stoked and excited to be able to chat with her. And there was a minute where I was like, fangirling. I was like, oh my God, you're gonna talk to Melanie Ann Layer. She is like a freaking celebrity. Like, oh my God, like you got this amazing one lucky chance to be able to talk to her. And I was like, the energy that I had in that moment, and like thinking about if I show up on the phone call as like this little fangirl who can like barely speak a word and spends the whole time like, oh my God, you're so amazing, like blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, like that's not what I want to be. I belong in a phone call with her. I belong speaking with her. Like I will not put her on a pedestal just because she makes $80 million and she has this huge, massive following and all the things. I could have written a story about how she's so amazing and I'm just this little plebeian. And I'm like, no, 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 no. And on the call, it was one of the most beautiful calls I've ever had. And I even told her, I was like, when I first booked this call, there was this really little girl part of me that was like, didn't think I belonged in this room. And I was like kind of like freaking out about how I'm going to have this phone call with you. But I remember your teaching and you said, same, different, equal power, but different. And I'm like, and I think about like, I wouldn't want a bunch of like little people, like, and they're not, no one's a little people, like we're all amazing, but like, it would feel weird if like people didn't show up as who they are and just wanted to talk to me. If they separated me so far from them, it would be a struggle. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. And I was like, I belong here. And that's truly to me what confidence is. I belong here. So many of us don't feel like we belong. We don't belong because we didn't do exactly what our parents wanted us to do when we were younger. We don't belong because our hair isn't long enough. We don't belong because we don't have the college degree we're supposed to have. We don't belong because we make up all of these reasons of how we don't belong wherever it is that we want to be. But you don't even need, like, you existing means you belong. Like, we have to understand that the mere fact that I am on this planet at this time means I am supposed to be here. There's no question, no doubt that who I am exactly as I am right now is to be on this planet as I am. And I have like locked in that energy, and there is not any room that I do not bravely walk into. And even the sense that you have to be brave. Like I remember people saying like, oh my God, you're so brave to wear that dress as a plus size woman. And I wasn't even that plus size at that moment. I was one of my skinnier sizes. And so I was like, you're so brave to be a plus size woman going in there like that. And I was like, brave? I'm like, why do I have to be brave to show up as who I am? It should just be a default. Like, listen, people, I don't even shave my armpits. Like, I do not care what people think about me. I just show up as me, as who I am. And it has just changed the way that I'm on the planet. I no longer feel a lack of belonging. I feel like if I don't show up as myself, if I don't, radiate my light, I am hurting the planet. I'm hurting the planet when I don't show up as me. And to shrink myself down because I feel like someone's better than me, or they belong better, or they look better, or they act better, or they talk better. That's all just fake falseness that doesn't have to exist. We get to just show up as we are and be who we are. And someone asked me, like, how do you keep this confidence like 24/7? And I want you to understand, like, this is not who I am 24/7. This is who I am most days of the week. But there are times where I have nothing on. I put on, like, clothes to go outside. It's not like I'm this 24/7. And that's part of the problem, is we think that in order to show up differently, we have to be that 24/7. There are times where I'm sad and I'm like, whatever, like, do whatever you want. I don't always speak like this. I don't always exude this level of energy, because I am human, and we get to exist as ourselves in different versions of ourselves that are right and good for that time. So I know for me, like, one of my struggles was, if I can't do this 24/7, I can't do it at all. And that's another thing too, is like, if I'm not confident 100% of the time, I'm not confident at all. And we need to break that belief. Melanie had just talked about 51% is amazing. If 51% of the time you feel grateful and happy, that's epic. And you can slowly build it more and more, but never have a time where you think it has to be 100% all or nothing. I'm not 100% on my makeup, on my earrings, on my jewelry, looking fly 100% of the time. That just isn't going to exist. Not as a mom, not as somebody who loves to go out in the country and play around. Like, we don't have to be everything all the time. We just need to be ourselves in whatever moment that we are in, and show up as our bright light. Now, to the point of, if you are wanting to start a business, if you are wanting to make more money than you ever have before, if you are wanting to land a job in an epic career that you just think would be fantastic, whatever it is that you want and that you see yourself for, maybe it's writing a book. Like, if anyone wants to share with me, what are some of the things that you see in your future, but also can feel really far away? One of the biggest things that changed my life, that really accelerated the confidence and conviction for me, was admitting out loud to another person that I wanted to be Facebook famous. The belief of, I used to carry a belief that if I want to be famous, that meant that I was selfish. That meant that I was weird, greedy, all kinds of weird stuff. You need to be humble. You need to be quiet. These were the things I was taught, especially in the church growing up. A woman shouldn't be seen. These were some of the things. So to admit out loud that I wanted to be Facebook famous radically changed the direction of my life, because I was willing to own up to one of the things that I've wanted. Many of us struggle to even own up to the fact that we would love to have millions of dollars in the bank account. One, because we don't think it's possible, and two, you would sound so pompous and gaudy and greedy to say that you want millions of dollars in your bank account. Like, you're so selfish, right? Like, we hang on to all of this stuff. But one of the reasons it can be so hard to get those things is, one, we're not admitting that we want those things. And two, we're not showing up as who we are to be able to get it. The desire that you have in your life, whatever that is, the secret desire maybe that you've never shared with anyone, that sits in the back of your mind about how, like, for me, it was, I want to be on stages. I want to be talking to people. I want my books in everybody's hand around the planet. I want to be seen by everybody. I had those beliefs in my head, but they were tucked away for a really long time. And it was like, I felt like I had to prove myself, or someone needed to invite me into the space where all of that could happen. Like, Tony Robbins would need to show up and be like, oh my God, Melissa is amazing. She needs to be on stage. Like, we're waiting for permission. We're waiting for an invitation. We're waiting for someone else to validate us. And this is something that definitely comes in the school system, where only the teacher gets to decide who gets to show up and be, presented to everybody, and who is the winner and the academic and the whatever. So we all kind of wait for permission, and we're scared to admit to ourselves and to other people the dreams and the desires that we have in our head. Until you have the confidence and the conviction to say, Zoom user, who I think is Lori, say, I want millions of dollars, and I deserve millions of dollars, and I can't wait to change the generational, the family future of my generations. Like, until we can say that, we're going to keep it from us. The other thing is if we're still living according to someone else's rules. Women should have long hair. Women should look feminine and in a dress. Women should wear a bra. Women should be covered up. Like, if we're believing all of those things and we're living to those things when they're not in agreement with who we actually are. Like if you want to be covered up, if you like Ann Taylor, that's the store I was thinking of before. If you want to look like that, if that lights you up, if that makes you happy, then by all means, I'll go for it. But if that isn't you, but you're trying to wear someone else's what's acceptable, then it's going to be really hard for you to access the business idea that you have. It's going to be really hard for you to get that book that you want to get going. It's going to be really hard for you to bring in your desires when you are not showing up as you. It is so important that you show up as you in order to bring forth the way. The people say, well, how do I make millions of dollars? Show up as you. Well, what does that mean? Stop caring or believing about what anyone else thinks about you and walk on the planet in the way that you want to walk, talk on the planet that you want to talk. Like I even struggled with the insurance exam queen business where it's like, I've got this whole belief system about energetics and about God, who's like sugar daddy source energy. And it's like, I felt like I couldn't say those things because I was only talking to people about a state exam, but I'm like, screw it. I get to talk about how I want to talk. And I'm going to tell them that they can sit there and use energy and pretend like they are passing the exam and it'll help them pass the exam. Like I want to talk about what I want to talk about. I want to say what I want to say. I don't care. I'm sitting at Thanksgiving and that guy over there doesn't like my belief system, but I will not share my belief system just because he has a problem with that. I'll be like, oh, well, it's okay that you have a different one, but this is mine and I'm cool with it. Like we definitely struggle to exist as ourselves when we're worried about what other people think. And that was one of the biggest things we got to break down. So Jen says, how do we get to the point of not caring? This is a great question. So I cannot possibly give you every single thing you're going to need. I mean, I hope I've inspired. I definitely hope that I've inspired and ignited within you that you can walk into the world confidently as you are without anyone's belief system. But in order to be able to lock it in, and I want to be able to work with you and bring you to that point. So I am super, super excited. This is a great question because it's going to segue. I can talk about this stuff for hours, but I want to honor that we're supposed to be here for about an hour. And we actually have a photographer coming by to take pictures because we're selling our house because we just locked in an amazing, beautiful new property. I'm so super excited. I have not announced it on Facebook yet, but we have locked in an incredible property, beautiful, brand new built house, pond in the backyard, woods and trees all over the place. Like my baby is going to get to grow up in the woods and it is one of my most amazing things. And I am so super excited about this. So we're selling our current house, which I have been so in love with, but I'm so ready to be out. And it's on like a dead end road. Like one of the coolest things is it's on a dead end road where nobody else will see us or bother us. And I'm just super, super, super stoked. But I'll share more about that later. What I want to share with you now, I'm going to share my screen real quick. Is where can we go from here? Okay, where can we go from here? How can I best help you lock in your confidence and conviction? Because again, if you're not able to show up as yourself, if you're not comfortable with who you are, it's going to be really hard to figure out how to run that business, what business I even want to do, what book I want to write, how am I going to be bringing in the millions? How will I have my magic and amazing partner who brings me a miracle baby? Like it's going to be really hard to get to our desires if we're not showing up as our authentic and unique self. So I wanted to create some things that are going to help you guys show up as your authentic self and get into alignment with who you are so that the business comes in, the book comes in, the partner comes in, the money comes in. That's what I'm all about. It all happened for me. And all I'm going to do is guide you on the same path I took, doing the same things I did. I want you to try on Melissa level confidence so that you can get your own confidence. That's one of the things that I did too, is I tried on Melanie Ann Layer identity to help explore my identity. I tried on Joe Exotic identity to explore that level of my identity. I tried on different things so that I could find, what it is that I love and enjoy. So one of the things I want to offer is Melissa level confidence. And there's a couple of things I have for you. So one of the first things is the Magic Money membership. Now, this is not specifically necessarily related to confidence. I mean, it is and it isn't, but my Magic Money membership is one of the simplest, easiest, cheapest ways to work with me and to be up in my $1 million energy. A lot of us don't have the confidence and the conviction that we should be making more than enough money. We should be able to buy the things that we want. We should be able to fly across the country, visit our friends, visit our family without stressing out. We should be able to buy the clothes and the earrings that we want to wear. We should be able to drop $300 on our hairstyle so that we can have this beautiful, amazing hair that we want. And money is what allows us to be able to kind of activate some of this confidence. It's not necessary by any means. I got confident before the money kind of rolled in, but like money allows us to exude more levels of confidence than we have before. So my Magic Money membership, it really is actually just a Facebook group, to be 100% honest. It's a Facebook group where you can come into, you can ask questions, you can get support, you can share celebrations. One of the coolest things about the Magic Money membership is that you can come in, say, I've got a business, I'm doing this, or I don't have a business, I don't know what I'm doing, but I know I want to change my belief system about money. And other people are going to come in and help manifest that with you. The cheerleading that we have going on, like it's even biblical. When two or more come in my name, magic happens. So when you say, I want to manifest, this, or I want to get an extra $2,000 a month, and then you've got a comment thread of 10 other people saying, yes, you can make $2,000 a month. Yes, we're excited for you. Oh my God, girl, get it. When you have that happening, it inspires a confidence and the conviction in you that you can bring that to you, that you can make it real for you. So that's the Magic Money membership. It's only $33 a month, and you can purchase it right here. And I'm going to actually give you this entire document so that you guys have everything. I will also email this to you as well so that you have, did I ever hit record? Oh my God. Live only. I just realized this is a live only showing. So this is super epic that you guys get to be here right now. Okay. So then also I'm super, super stoked about this, but because of my schedule and the baby and traveling, there are only 5 spots available for this. Okay. The next thing is a confidence and conviction activation day. So if you're like, I just need to be in Melissa's energy to access that amount of confidence and conviction that she has, if I could just have a little piece of that, like my life would change. That's what this is for those of you who are ready to jump in right now and make that happen. There are only, again, 5 spots available. And once they're gone, they're gone. And what this is going to be is we're going to spend the day together on Telegram. So it's an audio messaging app. You can send voice messages and you can send text messages, and you can ask me questions. I will guide you into being who you are. I will give you the steps that I have taken. I will inspire you to dig out of the closet the ideas that you have that you're so worried to share with the world. And after the day that we spend it, so we'll just message each other back and forth, it's not committed to like one set phone call. So you actually have time to like hear things and ponder on things and contemplate. And then you give me an answer back. And then we go from there. And we just kind of have a conversation the entire day as we're going about your day. And then at the end of the day, by the next day or sometime, I will get you an audio recording. So what's super cool about these audio recordings is I'm going to create a recording that is unique and special to you based on the day that we spent together, that you can listen to on repeat. Because one of the most powerful things people have said with passing the exam is they can hear me in their head. And when they can hear me in their head, it creates this level of confidence that they did not exist before. And they're able to pull off a pass, or they're able to lock in the insurance job they wanted. So I want to do this for you here now, is create an audio recording that you can listen to on repeat based on the day that we have spent together and what you're wanting to harness in and your confidence and conviction. And you can listen to that every day. You can listen to it multiple times a day so that you can really rewire your brain, reprogram your system that says I should be small and quiet, and into I want to be who I want to be, and I get to exist on this planet the way I want to exist. And I'm so super excited to show up, and I'm so excited to impact the world. Like, I'm going to give you this amazing audio recording after the day we spend together that is just going to help activate and uplift you and keep that level of confidence exuding in your body. Because you take a shower, but your shower doesn't last forever. You have one day with me, you're going to be super, super stoked and excited. But how do you keep that level going is with the audio recording. So you can book a spot for that. Like I said, I've only got the next 5 days available. Once they're gone, they're gone. The next thing that I have, and this is available for, this one. The next thing I have is available for everybody, and I'm super excited about this. This is going to be a 4-week group coaching program. So there's no limited spots. All of you can join. We're not going to kick anybody out. And what this is we're going to be, for a 4-week program, every Tuesday, I'm going to drop a video of me talking, explaining some stuff about confidence and conviction. We're going to go through some pillars of what helps us to be confident, locking in self-love, removing the ideas about people caring about us and worrying about us. And I'm going to share that with you every Tuesday. Then every Thursday, we're going to get on a live Q&A call where it's like a hot seat coaching. You say, hey, I listened to you on Tuesday and you said this, but my life this. And so how do I integrate this? And how do I show up the way you said? And this is my unique situation. So tell me what I need to do. And that's what the Thursday call is going to be. So I'm super excited with that because you can ask me questions. You can be hot seat coached right there. And that'll be every Thursday. And that's going to be a 4-week program starting June 4th. So we have, I'm excited. I want to help bring in as much people as we can. So I'm super excited about that. You can click to enroll that. Like I said, it's going to be live interactive calls, 4 weeks. You can read all of this if you want to read this. And then this is going to be $497. However, I have something super cool and amazing for you guys. For the next, until Monday the 13th, you can use it, and you're live now. I don't think I'm recording. I am? Am I not? I don't remember. Oh, I am. Thank God I am recording. So for those of you who are not here live, hopefully they're able to watch the recording because this will expire. So this is only going to be available until Monday the 13th. It's going to be $200 off. So you're only going to pay $297. And it's the coupon I Love Me coupon. However, what's also cool is if you book the confidence and conviction call with me today. So only if you book it today, there's 5 spots available. If you're one of the first 5 spots, only 5 spots, you can, I will give you a coupon that will allow you to take the entire $297 off of the $497. And that means you will only pay $200 for the group coaching. And that's going to basically lock in a 2-for-1 deal. So not only do I get the one-on-one call, it's not a call, it's an all day with me. I get a one-on-one all day with Melissa with my own personal activation audio that's going to inspire my confidence and keep me locked into that new frequency. I will then also get to do the 4-week program with her. And you'll only pay $497. So you're going to get 2 for 1. So this is what I've got for you guys. I'm super excited about this. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link right here. Oh, let me make sure you guys can get it. And again, there's only 5 spots available. So if you have any interest in being like, I need to chat with Melissa all day and get my epic level of confidence going, you've got to book your spot ASAP because I don't know how quick they're going to go. I don't know. All right. So let me stop share. All right. So is there any questions about what we've got going on or the programs or the one-on-one call or anything like that that I can share with you guys? Have the confidence to ask a question. And I did want to say, it is in the document too, but if you are okay, so let's say you're like, I want this, but I do not have $400 or $297. If you join Magic Money, which is the $33 a month membership, as part of that membership, that coupon will not expire for you, meaning you will always be able to get the $200 off of the group coaching until the day that it starts. So we don't start June 4th. So if you're like, I don't have the money to lock that in, but I've got $33, you can get in the Magic member. So you're going to get the Magic Money membership immediately. And then you'll be able to get the $200 off without having to hit the Monday the 13th timeline. So that is available if you join the Magic Money membership. You'll be able to purchase the group coaching later and still get the $200 off. You're not restricted to a time limit if you're in the Magic Money membership. And you can join the Magic Money membership later if you need to too. Like, I don't have $33 today, but I can have it in 2 weeks. Great. In 2 weeks, you'll be able to do the Magic Money membership, and that coupon will always be available within the Magic Money for $200 off of the group coaching program. And then I think there was something else. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to answer your questions about what this looks like, how this is going to go. The Thursday calls are going to be, I already set the schedule. They're going to be during the day because that works best for me. with my baby and stuff like that. Now, if you cannot attend the live calls on Thursday, like maybe you can attend 3 of them, but not 4 of them, I will still grab your questions. So even if you're not able to attend the live calls, you'll be able to get the questions. And then you'll have lifetime recording to the calls on Tuesday, and you'll have lifetime recording of the Q&As. So you can always come back and listen to them. Jen, you mentioned the person who helped you, Christine. She's having the same day Telegram 222. What's the difference between that? Christine and Melissa. That's the difference. And then I don't believe she has an audio activation. So if you're aligned with her and you want to work with her, great. If you're aligned with me, you want to work with me, great. So there's no competition. It's just whatever you feel aligned. Do both. Why not? Christine and I definitely have similar things, and we also have very different energies as well. So it's just whatever you feel good with. She did tell me though today that she would be raising that price. So if you want it with her, you better lock it in soon. Okay. Any other questions? I'm super excited to start the group coaching in June. You'll be hearing more about that, getting some emails about that. If today is maybe not the day for you to decide, that's totally fine. But if you feel like you might want to get into this, lock in that $33 a month membership. That way you'll always have access to the $200 coupon, because it will expire on the 13th. It won't work anymore if you plug in I Love Me. It won't work. Okay, so would you also be able to help my husband as well on the, you know what? I think maybe that could be fun. I'm willing to try that for sure. Yeah. So you could tell me about your relationship and your stuff. If he's got any questions, I think that would be cool. I'm open to and the other thing is one-on-one coaching. So I have had a few people ask me for one-on-one coaching, and it's not yet something that I've really opened up to do. On that document is a link where you can you can apply for one-on-one coaching. I really want to make sure that it's in alignment. I don't want you to be like, I want one-on-one coaching with Melissa, but it's not a right fit for us. I want to make sure it's a right fit for us. So you can apply for one-on-one coaching, and then I will get back to you and see if it makes sense for us to get together. And that's at $2,997 a month. What is the environment for the monthly coaching phase? I probably will open up a Facebook group, but I haven't yet. So we'll likely to have a Facebook group where all of us can have the Confidence of the Conviction, and that's where we can access the replays. I just haven't established it yet, but that's probably most likely what we're going to do. Okay, well, it's been an hour. I love you all. It seems like nobody else has any questions. So you guys got the linky link. Again, I'll share it one more time so you have access to everything. And if you guys have any other questions, just shoot me a message, or you can email me, melissa@melissamaydillon.com. And I love you all so much. I'm sending you all the love and the confidence to be you. Show up as you want to be. You are here on this planet for a reason, the way that you exactly are right now. And I so much want you to be inspired to just be you and love yourself and love your ability to impact the planet. And again, it can be so hard for us to figure out how we make the millions and how we show up in the world when we're not showing up as ourselves. And so the very first key thing is you've got to show up for yourself. And I want to help do that and activate with you, whether it's the magic money, it's the one-on-one phone call, the group coaching, or one-on-one coaching. I am here to support you, and I'm so super excited. And if there's not one thing that you can get today or purchase today, definitely make sure you are following my YouTube channel, Melissa May Dillon on YouTube, where we talk about magic money, and you get to hear from me about all kinds of topics. And if you can be in that space and be in that energy, I have no doubt that at some point you'll be able to buy the programs with me and to be able to work with me. So I'm so super excited about that. So I love you all. Have an amazing day. I can't wait to see you. We will for sure have another masterclass on something somewhere. And I'm looking so forward to all of you who joined the group coaching program. And for any of you who booked that one-day experience with me, again, there's only 5 spots left. There are 22 people in this room. So if you want to make sure you get one of those 5 spots, do it now. All right. Love you all. Have an amazing day. Bye.